My final tape is probably going to represent the best coaching advice that you're ever going to get. This is my favorite coaching exercise. Again, I've done it with thousands of people around the world, and most of them find it to be real useful. This final exercise is going to help you focus on a very, very important topic. What are the most important behaviors for me to change? What should I do differently? And what am I doing right? And you're going to get advice from perhaps an unexpected resource. The final exercise is very simple. Take a deep breath. Take a deeper breath. I want you to imagine that you are 95 years old. You're just getting ready to die. You're on that deathbed. Here comes your last breath. But right before you take that breath, you're given a wonderful gift, a beautiful gift. The ability to go back in time. The ability to go back in time and talk to the person sitting here today. The ability to help this person be a better leader, a better coach, better professional. More important, the ability to help this person have a better life. What advice would the wise 95-year-old you, who knows what was really important and what wasn't important, and what counts and what doesn't count, and what matters and what don't really matter, what advice would that wise old person have for the you that's listening to this tape right now? Well, whatever you're thinking right now, do that. Listen to this wise old person, probably one of the best coaches you're ever going to get. Just do that. Ultimately, in terms of performance appraisal, that's the only performance appraisal that matters. That old you facing death says you did the right thing. You did. That old person says you screwed up. You did. You really don't have to impress anybody else. A friend of mine talked to old people who were near death and got to ask him this question. What advice would you have had? 3 themes come up in the answers from old people facing death. Theme number 1 could be summarized in 3 words. Be happy now. Not next week, not next year, not next month. Be happy now. The great Western disease, and I travel all around the world and I see it everywhere. I'll be happy when? When I get that BMW, when I get that status, when I get that car, when I get that promotion, when I get that money. We all got the same win. That's that old person waiting to die. Learning point number 1, be happy now. Common comment from old people, I got so wrapped up looking at what I did not have, I missed what I did have. One of my neighbors was a man named Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's. He died and left the big house to his wife, Joan Kroc. And a friend of mine, Lisa, and I drove by the house, and she looked up at this great big old house and said, wish I could trade places with Joan Kroc. Well, she's got everything. All that money and those billions of dollars and big old house. I said, Lisa, you're 24. She's 74. Go knock on the door and say, hey, Joan, you give me all that stuff, I'm giving you 50 years. What do you think Joan Kroc would be saying? Sold. So you don't want to trade with her. She wants to trade with you. Well, Joan Kroc was a great woman. She's dead now. Lisa's not dead. Bad trade. Don't get so wrapped up looking at what you don't have, you miss what you do have. Learning point number 2, friends and family. Many of you work in wonderful companies, and you should be proud of your organizations. I'm going to help you. When you're 95 years old and you look around that deathbed, very few fellow employees are waving goodbye. You start to realize these friends and family are kind of important. Only ones seem to care a whole lot today. And learning point number 3, if you have a dream, go for it. You don't go for it when you're 35. You may not when you're 45, 65, or 85. Don't have to be a big dream, maybe a little one. Go to New Zealand, speak Spanish, buy a sports car. Other people may think your dream is goofy. Who cares? It's not their dream, it's your dream. Old people that follow their dreams are happier with their lives. None of us are going to achieve all our dreams. The key is not, did I achieve everything? The key is, did I at least try? And the business advice isn't much different. Number 1, have fun. Life is short. You may be working 60, 80 hours a week out there. If you don't really have enthusiasm and spirit in what you're doing, get something else to do. Have fun. Hard to make them motivated if we're not. Learning point number 2 on the professional side is people. Take the time to coach people and help people. All the stuff we've been talking about. Why is this so important? The most important reason has nothing to do with your company. It has nothing to do with money. The most important reason is simple. The 95-year-old you will be proud of you because you did. 95-year-old you is going to be disappointed if you don't. And the final advice is also the same. Go for it. The world's changing. The industry's changing. Do what you think is right. You may not win. At least you can look in the mirror and say, what the heck? At least I tried. What's my mission in life? It's real simple. And I hope you find this content is useful for you and it involves you. What is that mission? When you're 95 and you're on that deathbed, you're going to go just like this. My last several years ended up being a little better because I listened to that friendly old bald man who made those tapes back there. I hope this has been very useful for you. Thank you very much.